Welcome back to Black Talk TV, here where you'll get the most livest, rawest, uncut conversations on black topics and what's going on currently around the world and also here on YouTube. Let's spin the block.
Why would you sit in jail when you're on camera telling the man to get away from you and back away from you? And this is during COVID, and he get this close in your face.
But the point
you
is
are within
that
your right to remove that person out. I'm not saying you had to knock him out, but if you would have laid a finger on him like this, your ass would have been in jail. Even though it was.
But my point is that I'm more powerful when I'm thinking through the scenario, because the thing that I'm focused on is at the results. I'm not focused on the current situation. And I think that we as people often focus on how we need to react to the current situation instead of being proactive with what it is that we're doing in order to get to the results that we got to.
I think
he had no bearing. He had no impact or influence or anything on what it is that I was going to be doing the minute that he got out of my presence.
Did he go to jail? Did he get arrested for stalking and harassing and attacking you?
Maybe.
Absolutely not.
Maybe.
No, he did not go to jail. He did not see it.
Maybe.
No, he did not.
I'm telling you,
Just say if he did he? No.
I don't believe that he went to jail, but I do believe that he was affected financially.
We cannot ignore disadvantages that are systematically put against us, like our ancestors did. Our ancestors didn't just deal with what they did. They said, no, we want better. So I'm not going to say racism don't exist. I want to speak on it. I want to make it. No, I want to make it. How can you get a problem fixed when you can't even acknowledge it's a problem? So that maybe content creators in 2-3 generations won't have to go through that. But if we just ignore blatant racism, that don't help no one. Just because we got what we want, now we want to ignore it. We have to look at it as bigger than us. There's people coming after us. That's all it's about. I think you're looking at it on very like people.
Well, you have to look at it.
No, it's system.
Based off of people.
It's system.
But people
For
make
example,
up the system.
Let's say I smell right now. Let's say I stink.
No, you smell
But let's say if I did. Let's say if I was stinky.
I just got to say that for the people because
I don't stink, just so y'all know. But I'm just giving an example.
Smell really
let's
good.
say, what is that?
Shout out to Six with the good smell.
Shout out. But my point is, let's say if I smell and I'm like, damn, like I took a shower, I put on, I still smell. You have to look at the root. The root might be maybe you're eating pork belly and Pepsi every day. And that pork belly and Pepsi coming out your pores. So you might sit there and wash and put the deodorant, but the smell's still there because you didn't go to the root of what it was. So at the end of the day, we all out here making moves. We doing our thing. I am all for us making our money, taking care of our family, but we have to always acknowledge that underlying smell, the root of everything, is going to be racism and white supremacy. It's okay to acknowledge it. Then you can say, okay, let me cut that out my diet. Now I'm smelling better. So my thing is, I think it's dangerous to not acknowledge it. Even that instance that happened with you with that white man in that bakery. And they sat there and let that man attack you and then still served.
I don't feel like I was attacked.
Still served him his fucking food.
I don't feel like I was attacked.
Now, one person asked him to leave. They still took his money. When if that would have been your black ass attacking him like that, you would have been escorted out and they would not have served you.
Let me stop that right there real quick. First of all, fair use. Now, I wish we had the full context of what Sixthegoddis was speaking about when I guess the white man supposedly attacked Anton in a bakery. I wish they would have started from the beginning, or she started from the beginning, or maybe it is because there's a full interview out there. He broke it up. He's so desperate or trying to get so much money. He broke this interview up into like 4 to 5 different sections and posted 4 to 5 different clips of the same interview. So of course, I guess you can get more views that way, or I don't know, more videos on your page, whatever. But I wish we had the full context of what was going on with this interaction. But I'm going to touch base on, after I play this again, after I continue playing it, on what he's pretty much talking about. She's claiming she was there with him. She's saying that pretty much a white man got up in his face and disrespected him all type of ways. And Anton is pretty much saying that he don't think so. I'm going to touch base on that a little bit later, but let's hop back in the ride and let's spin.
I don't believe so, Six.
What is the read the green? Okay, Anton.
No. Okay, listen. Think about it like this, right?
So you're saying that man did not attack you?
No.
Did you see the same video I saw?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm telling you, listen.
Okay, maybe she wasn't there, but maybe there's a video online about the situation, but apparently Sixthegoddis saw the video and of course, as we are now hearing, both of them have two different perspectives. The goddess thinks he was disrespecting, and racism was, anti-black racism was being displayed towards Anton. Anton is stating that he doesn't believe so. Spin the block.
I won't, it's not in me to turn my back on the people. And I know you looking at it from a system perspective, right?
Who are you talking about turning your back on?
It's people that have held me down that don't look nothing like me.
That's fine, but answer.
Let's stop that right there, because I want to touch base on that. Anton said himself that it's people that does not look like him that's held him down, that he doesn't want to turn his back on those people. Now, what's got me totally messed up about what he just stated is that anybody that's watched Anton's channel, the Heath Network, or even his own channel, he's always down in black people as a whole. You know what I'm saying? He's always saying black people are not the victim, and which half of the time I will agree with. But his problem is that he refuses to acknowledge that there's a systematic racism. There's systematic racism in place, and there is a systematic system that's here to put obstacles in front of black people to pretty much prohibit us into greatly excelling like our white counterparts. Let's spin the block.
Do you understand what a white savior complex is?
No, that's not what this is, though.
Okay,
tell me what it is. I want to know.
Black people need to stop getting flattered when white people do things for them, because white people have an inferiority complex for us in general. The minute a white man come in contact with you, the black man is always superior. We're talking about genetically, just at his core. So white people have a complex called, you saw the lady where she was trying to get embryos, and it was like two black embryos, and the white couple they wanted to save the black. It was a white couple, and it was two black embryos that had been sitting there, and the white people were like, "We'll take it." White people feel like by helping us or saving us, it makes them more powerful than us. So they'll disguise things they do for us.
Why can't they just genuinely want? Why can't there be on an individual level
because there's
people that genuinely want the best for you?
Because there's no such thing as equality between us. This is why white people have to have a system to keep us at a certain distance, because when we talk about our ability, like physically, mentally, we'll surpass them every time. So they have to keep this gap. It's never that they're just genuinely.
Did you know that starting an ATM business is not only more profitable than investing in real estate, but it actually costs 90?
Yeah, they're doing that because they're ahead of you and going to be able to stay ahead of you in certain ways.
I don't believe so.
Okay, it's a white savior. White people do things for black people because they want to feel
But it's not just
powerful.
white people, right? It's
anybody non-black. It's
the majority of people. If you look at households, right, the average household income, based off of race and demographic, white people aren't too far ahead of black people, and those aren't even the people that are making the.
Well, they're more far ahead in their humanity. You understand that? They have more human rights. For going back to the example, we talk about when you got attacked. You could not even defend yourself. You could not even defend yourself because you knew that even if you would have been within your right to defend yourself as not only as a human but as a man, your black ass would have still got locked up.
Well, you don't know what happened to him though.
It doesn't matter.
Oh, it matters.
What matter? I know he got served that food, which was disgusting. I couldn't believe that actually served him.
That's irrelevant.
It's relevant.
No, because you don't know what happened on the back end. No, I did.
As a man. Well, no, you couldn't, because you knew they were going to lock your black ass up.
This is the thing, sis.
Even though you went there right.
The way that he operated, and this is the thing that people don't understand, is that the reason why we get locked up a lot of times is because we react emotionally and we're not thinkers.
Anton.
We react emotionally. Hear me out here.
Let me stop that real quick right there. Man. And all right, first of all, Anton has proven to me that he's very much a narcissist. This is the first time I've ever called another black man a narcissist, but he has all of the traits, and he is the very definition of what a narcissist is. He always talks to black people as if he's the know-it-all, and for some reason that we don't understand the situation or the circumstance that he's talking about or currently in, that we don't understand, but for somehow everybody else don't understand, but for some reason he understands it. For a black woman to point out to you that you have a white man superiority complex in regards to a video that she's seen in which that you were in when you had this altercation with this white man is very telling in itself. And the fact that, again, when he stated that, like he just said, that the reason why we get pulled over or arrested most of the time is because we are very emotional in itself. Yeah, at times, you know, we have seen on YouTube and videos and everything like that, when black people get pulled over by the police, they tend to get emotional sometimes, but he makes it seem like it's every black person and it's our fault for why we get pulled over, or our fault for why we go to jail, just totally denying that there is systematic racism in place and there's obstacles in place to pretty much prohibit us, give us a harder time than our white counterparts to make it to the top. Let's keep spinning the block.
React emotionally.
Let me put my disclaimer. I am not involved in this part of the conversation. I'm not saying
think
this.
about it. Think about
That's
it.
him.
Think about it. We react emotionally and we're not thinkers. So
why do we react emotionally?
The entire time that it was because we have
really, Anton, we're not thinkers. All right, I'm gonna come back to in a second, but I want to play this whole video. Let's go.
Things that are passed down.
PTSD.
No, because most of us that exist today have never truly went through anything race related.
I beg to differ. We are black men that live in the most racist country out of the whole wide world. The USA was built on racism. I mean, the word racist and racism exists because of white people. If I truly believe if that white people never existed, the word racism wouldn't even exist. They're the ones that built this country upon racism and got these systematic obstacles in place for black men, specifically making it harder for us to achieve. Now, I do agree, that we shouldn't be using every excuse, any and every excuse as to why for the ones who are quote unquote failing or not doing good in life, because I don't blame everything on racism as well. But I'm not going to be so naive to say that racism doesn't exist, or there's no systematic racism in place to keep us to pretty much try to help make us fail in life. I'm not going to be so naive because I'm a black man. I live in America and I've come across racists plenty of times in my life, and I've seen racist circumstances amongst other black people in my own view, in my own presence. Let's keep spinning the block and come back to it.
People that are existing in 2022. Okay, so let me break this down. No.
Are you trolling me?
No, I'm serious. Hear me out, Six. Think about it.
I feel like you just trolling me.
People that existed before us, right? Ancestors, great grandparents, and all of those type of people, right? The things that they went through in order to become successful. It's interesting because they were incredibly more successful at keeping their households together, becoming professionals, so on and so forth, generating wealth, and even building their own communities. And they experienced true racism, so much so to where they had to be systematically destroyed.
I see the problem. You think racism is like, I'm hanging you from a tree, nigger.
No,
that's what you think.
Yeah, that's what it seems like, Anton. That's exactly what it seems like,
you
dog.
think racism is very overt.
No. I know what you're saying when you're saying systematically, right?
No, you don't.
I do understand what you're saying. But my point is that even let's bring it back up to the incident that happened supposedly with me with the white guy that was at the shop, right?
Attack you.
He didn't attack me, but here's the thing. The thing that people, and when I looked at the comments and I was looking at the reactions and stuff like that, right? Everybody was reacting the same way that they would normally react is, yo, you should have knocked his head off, or if he even came touch, if he was in your space, you could have defended yourself, so on and so forth. And I was thinking to myself, well, why would I react like that when that's exactly what people would want me to do if they were looking for me to get in trouble? They want me to put my bag on the line. They want me to go viral by doing something crazy. They want me to knock his head off, so on and so forth. But that's not the way in which you deal with confrontation. That
honestly, that has nothing to do with the other. You're talking about the situation that you're in, that you were going through at the time. So how would that white man know if you had a bag or not? You're talking about your YouTube following, the people who are subscribed to you, who may think you have a bag, you claim that you have a bag, okay, you may do, but that's regardless of the fact. So you're telling me that at that point in time, when that was occurring and happening to you, your immediate thoughts were to think about what will my subscribers think? How, I don't want to get out of character. I don't want to make it seem like I'm going to act like a big bag nigga or whatever. My subscribers or the people on YouTube, because when I put this content up online, I don't want to make it seem like that I'm getting out of character. Like, I don't understand. If you're being approached by a white man and there's blatant racism being spewed at you, that's the first thing you thinking about, my nigga? Like really, that's gonna be the furthest thing from my mind. Me as a black man, as a mature, masculine black man, when I'm approached with racism, my immediate first thought and reaction is to dead that shit in the tracks right then and there. But we two different people, and we cut from two different cloths, because you clearly keep proving that you keep denying systematic racism and that racism exists. This video is almost done, so let's spin the block so I can get it over, and I'll give y'all my final thoughts.
Think through that stuff, right? I can't do anything if I have to get bailed out in the morning and I got to sit in jail for the next 3 days.
Why would you sit in jail when you're on camera telling the man?
Sit in jail for the next 3 days? I thought you had a bag, nigga. Anytime that I've been arrested, I got arrested and I'm out either that night or that morning. Why would you sit in jail for 3 days? You ain't got that bail money? You ain't got that bond money? What's going on, player? 3 days? I ain't never sat in jail for I ain't never got arrested and sat in jail for 3 days. I'm always out within 24 hours.
And to get away from you and back away from you. And this is during COVID. Mm-hmm. And he get this close in your face.
But the point
you are within your right to remove that person out. I'm not saying you had to knock him out, but if you would have laid a finger on him like this, your ass would have been in jail. But
my point is that I'm more powerful when I'm thinking through the scenario, because the thing that I'm focused on is at the results. I'm not focused on the current situation. And I think that we as people often focus on how we need to react to the current situation instead of being proactive with what it is that we're doing in order to get to the results that we got to.
Okay. Now, in a sense, I agree. I believe I very much agree with that. I believe that when we're in certain situations, that especially being a man, that you can't react emotionally, that you always have to be a smart thinker, critically think about the situation you're in and what is the best possible reaction that you need to take to get a positive outcome out of that situation. I really want to know, I really wish that the white man would have hit his ass and how he would react it. If a white man would have hit him, would he still have been thinking, oh, how should I react? Should I hit him back? I mean, me being black, I don't want to go to jail because I'm black and he's white. Like, if somebody hits you, man, your natural reaction is to protect and defend yourself. So Anton strikes me as a person, if a white man was to hit him, he would still have to critically think of how he would handle the situation, whether would it be right for me to hit him back, or how should I handle the situation? It's just so many red flags that just goes up with Anton as being a man in itself. Let's finish this block spinning.
He had no bearing. He had no impact or influence or anything on what it is that I was going to be doing the minute that he got out of my presence.
Did he go to jail? Did he get arrested for stalking and harassing and attacking you?
Maybe.
Absolutely not.
Maybe.
Fair use.
No,
fair
he did
use.
not go to jail. He did not see it.
Maybe.
No, he did not.
I'm telling you,
Just say if he did he? No.
I don't believe that he went to jail, but I do believe that he was affected financially.
All right, that's the end of that video. I'm so glad that he posted this video. Apparently he has another channel called Don't Do Coke in the Bathroom. I don't know why a self-proclaimed millionaire that has a channel that's called the Millionaire Morning Show will get a sub channel called Don't Do Coke in the Bathroom. I mean, he has his reasons, whatever. He can do what the fuck you want to do, whatever. What I do know is, Anton, you just exposed yourself, dog. Here's what I do know. Fuck. Here's what I do know that Anton has been doing. What I do know is this. Out of the videos that I've seen on the Lapeef network and the very few videos that I've seen on Anton's channel, he's always down in the black community. We've heard him plenty of times to say the black community is trash. You got to throw the baby out with the bathwater. Fuck you niggas. Fuck these bitches. Like everything, his whole MO is talking about, you know, the black community and our problems. Now, and I'm not even saying you can't do that, but he offers he offers no balance at all. He only talks about the black community in a negative connotation. He never ever talks about the white community and the problems they have, or even try to make a comparison and the problems that within the white community. It's always about black people, the problems that we have, and I can't fuck with you niggas, I can't hang with you niggas, this, that, and the third. And it honestly, it wouldn't strike me if Anton was adopted by white people and raised by white people, because that's how it comes across. Now, of course, he may not. He may have, was raised by two black parents, because I think he said that and everything, that he had both his parents in his life and everything like that. But shit, we can't tell. I can't tell. And honestly, just because you have black parents in your life, it don't mean that they won't cool themselves, because we already know that there's a great percentage of the black baby boomers, how they pretty much got this coon mindset. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of black baby boomers who are in their, mid-60s and up, mid-60s and up, who don't even agree with Foundation of Black Americans getting reparations, because we know of that white mammy complex that they've been ingrained in their mindset from when they were coming up through their times, because they were growing up through the times of, the 40s, 50s, and early 60s. So back then, their mind has been cultivated a certain way. And Anton strikes me as he has family. His parents also had that cool mindset and pretty much passed that down to him. He strikes me as the type. His parents strikes me as the type that they're the type of people that say, "Nigga, pull your pants up. Why you sagging your pants? Why you got your ass showing? You ain't gonna get nowhere in life if you showing your ass like that." And which I agree, we should pull our pants up. But we do know, since from the 1920s up into the 1960s, black people were wearing 3-piece suits, dressing like real grown, mature men, very classy, very debonair. And we still got our ass whooped in the streets. We still got lynched. We still got fire hose turned on us. We still got German shepherds released on us. But it's just the mindset that he keeps preaching out here. He's always down in the black community and never says shit about white supremacy, white racism, anti-black racism exists, or white supremacy. He never ever talks about that. You'll never ever hear him talk about that. And it was just very compelling, and it just told, that one line that he told me just told it all, when he says that black people are not victims, and he doesn't really believe that. Like, he's never acknowledged or said yes to Sixthegoddis that yes, white supremacy exists, anti-black racism exists, that there are obstacles that have been put in the place to prohibit and to make it harder for black people to overcome and get this bag. He doesn't acknowledge that at all. Not in all the videos that I've seen at all. Everything is we are not the victim. Pull your boots up by your lace straps. Pull your pants up. He strikes me as one of them right-winger type Republican type motherfuckers. And he exposed himself with this video, because every time someone, it's saddening but laughable at the same time, that you got a black woman who's up on the panel with you trying to school you on white supremacy and anti-black racism, which you just keep denying. Like, nigga, we live in the most racist country out of the whole goddamn world, and you're gonna sit up here and act like anti-black racism doesn't exist? like white supremacy doesn't exist. Like there have been obstacles that have been put in place to make it harder for us, like redlining, not able to get loans from the bank as much as our white counterparts, even though your credit score may be intact. You may have a full, clean slate on your credit. Your debt to credit ratio may be pretty much little to nothing. Like he I can't even say he would deny those because he doesn't speak on it at all. It's like he would never touch those topics. All he wants to touch base on and talk about is Black people and why we're not doing so good and why we're failing in life and what we need to do. Like he's above all. He is the prime example of being a narcissist. Just because you claim to have a bag, that everything you say is right, and for some reason that you see everything, and that for some reason we just don't see it. For some reason, those Versace glasses that you got on, it makes you see things that other Black people that wear that same skin uniform that you got on, for some reason we just can't see it, but you do. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be putting up a part 2, but it's hilarious because he was up there being very emotional, crying, bitching and complaining like Sixthegoddis is his girl. That ain't your girl, dog. She don't offer you no explanation. She ain't have to hit you up to tell you why she ain't rocking with you no more. It's just totally ludicrous. But I'm glad he posted this video because he exposed himself. Now, before I end this video, I'm gonna post the link to this video once I get done. Once I end this video, I'm gonna post a link to the video so y'all can view it in its entirety for itself. But I'm gonna read some of these comments to y'all because it's funny itself. He posted this on his page. Don't do coke in the bathroom is his channel. And the majority of these comments, if the majority of these comments of his are his subscribers, then you dead in the water, dog, because even your own subscribers is clowning you. Comment 1 from D1 says, Anton made a video bragging how them folks apparently love him. That was just weird and validation seeking. I ain't never seen that video because, like I said, I don't watch all of Anton's content. I've seen about 3 to 4 videos on his personal channel, and the majority of content I've seen with him in it has been on the Lapeith Network, where he's on the panel with a whole bunch of others. So I wish I could see that video where he was bragging about them folks that love him. He really was. He was up there talking about how white people love him. All right, that's funny in itself. Somebody replied to that comment, said, butt breaking is very real. Next comment. I respect the fact that Anton actually acknowledges he's submissive to white men. I respect the fact that Anton actually acknowledges that he's submissive to white men and has no fight in him. You don't typically hear that type of honesty. Third comment. Anton fought his nephew, but not a white stranger? Nigga, really? I didn't even know about that. I didn't even know that. So Anton had a nephew that he actually fought? So you gotta see, it's just like, again, he just got all the smoke in the world for Black people, but when it comes to white people, this nigga bows down. He bows down. He breaks some knee pads out. Another comment. Folk getting money and think they white. Laughing emoji, laughing emoji. The way Anton be cursing out and threatening folk on the panels but he let the male cat go. Keep that same energy. Next comment. Anton is basically the house Negro with good clothes. Anton is basically the house Negro with good clothes. Next comment. Anton is blind for real. That's crazy. Next comment. He has to watch what he's saying because the people that she's talking about runs his channel and pays him. He doesn't want his channel deleted. I don't really know about that. If that's true, if you really letting some white people run your channel, then you, damn, dog. But I don't believe that. He got 2 channels. We all run I can't say we all run our own YouTube channels because Miss Pearly, bitch ass Just Pearly, she got a manager, and he pretty much gives her a format of what she can say and what she can't say. And we caught her one time reading off a laptop asking the people on her panel questions. So we know that asking people questions. And it's funny because the same question she was asking, this dude did a video of how she was stealing the questions from other people when they post their videos. So it's like she doesn't even really have her own mind. She just regurgitating questions that she's heard online in the past. But let's go. Next comment. Anton, dead wrong on this. Worst part is a lot of y'all don't even see it. Next comment. She's cheering you up logically, Anton. Laughing emoji, laughing emoji, laughing emoji. Like your own comment section is giving it to you, dog. Next comment. She's more real than him. Next comment. I'm with you when you're right. Anton Daniels is quick to deceive. God, it's like this. The majority of these comments is just going in on Anton on his own channel. It should tell y'all something. Next comment. He loves money more than he wants to be free. I see this a lot. God, all right. I ain't gonna go through all these comments, but I'm gonna post a link so y'all can look at it, look at the video, view the video in its entirety, and view these comments. And his own people is just giving him that work. God, like. People, it never ceases to amaze me, man. People just exposing themselves every day, and they need to be exposed, dog. Like, especially like, I'm so glad that Judge Pearly shit popped off, because it really is dividing the line in the sand. It's really exposing people's true colors for who they really are. And I've always looked at Anton with one eyebrow raised up, because he's always been suspect to me. Anytime a black man is always down in black people, just continuously, every time you get on camera, you just always down in black people and don't have no smoke for them folks, man. It just says something about yourself. It really does, dog. It really just says something about yourself. Again, like we heard him say numerous times, fuck black people, fuck our community, our culture is bullshit, our culture is trash, throw the baby out with the bathwater. Like, he just has so much smoke for black people. He don't have no type of smoke, no type of chimney. No, nothing for them folks. Like, he bowed down to him. And if what I want to find that video. I need to get in contact with Six. I need her to give me that video, because I want to see for myself. I want to see you bow down to this white man who pretty much made you look like a bitch. I would pay to see that, honestly. Part 2 coming soon, because before I even get out here, part 2 coming soon, because when Sixthegoddis and Danica Marie was up on the panel with each other, and then Anton finally came up, because I guess he was trying to vindicate himself as to, well, not vindicate himself, but find out why Sixthegoddis just pretty much washed her hands with him and everything like that. He was caught in another lie. And in my last video, when I was talking about Anton, I said himself, I said, Anton, you're a liar, dog. There's no way in hell that you're a black YouTuber. You know all these people when it comes to like the manosphere content or black content, when it comes to Danica Marie, Sixthegoddis, O'Shea Duke Jackson, Obsidian, who else? There's a lot of people, Kevin Samuels. There's no way you came across all of those black content creators, but trying to act like you never heard of Jason Black. Nigga, please. I call that nigga a lie. I called him a liar right then and there, because I knew, I'm like, you capping, big cap. It's not even possible that you heard of all those black content creators, but you're gonna sit up on a panel with somebody and try to fake like and ask, who's Jason Black? I never heard of Jason Black before. I heard he was talking about me. Nah, nigga, Jason Black has never uttered your name has never ever came out of Jason Black's mouth, for one. And then two, there's no way possible that you haven't heard of Jason Black if you're in this space, but you've heard of all those people that I just named. It's not possible. Not with this YouTube algorithm. It's no way near possible. But I'm going to go ahead and end this right here. Please like the content, subscribe. I'm one of the realest motherfuckers on YouTube, keeping it real. I stay on code all day, every day, because it's in me. I'm a black man who knows anti-black racism exists. I'm a black man living in America who's getting money, but knows that white supremacy exists, and that there are extreme obstacles that are put in place to help us. To try to help us fail. But one thing I do agree with, I don't use anything as an excuse, because there ain't nothing going to stop me from getting this bag. I'm always going to get it, but I ain't going to be so naive to know that there are systems in place to make it harder for us to get the bag versus our white counterparts. Like, subscribe, don't like it, dislike it. I'm out. Peace.